Hello, my friends, and welcome to your next topic, order of operations and sheets formulas. Chances are the phrase order of operations probably rings a bell with you at some point in your math career. You learned a little bit about it. It usually is remembered with an acronym that I tend not to use because the acronym generally it works well for math applications, but then not for necessarily other stats applications. Not that it's wrong. It's not wrong at all. It's just I found it confuses students sometimes. So we're not going to use that, and we're instead going to be using orders of operations within context. And one of my favorite contexts is exactly using formulas in sheets. So without further ado, let's get into this spreadsheet right here, which if you've already opened it, you know, but if you haven't opened it yet, it is a lovely little look at some of the stuff that is sold at one of the greatest fly shops in Central Oregon, Fly Fisher's Place out in beautiful Sisters, by my buddy Jeff Perrin. He's at that shop for years and years and years. Okay, so across the top row, you see some images of things that Jeff sells at his shop. So you've got some flies. These are the things you tie at the very end of your tippet, actually, which is tied to a leader. And sometimes folks use strike indicators. And I'm not going to get crazy into fly fishing in here. Those of you that fly fish know what these are used for. If you don't and you'd like, shoot me an email. I'd be happy to give you the 411 and all this stuff. Under row 1 is row 2, where you have the names of these things. For example, the Candyman, that's a bull trout fly. The caddis is one of my absolute favorite flies in Central Oregon throughout a good chunk of the year. Pale Morning Dun is another wonderful one. Anyway, I'm not going to say, sorry, I could pontificate on fly fishing for hours. And then under that is the unit price. So this is the price per. $6 per Candyman fly, $2.75 per caddis, and so forth and so on. A strike indicator way over there at the right costs $17.95. What we're going to do is we're going to set up a subtotal and total column in a Google Sheet. And then we're going to see how to code using some built-in sheets formulas and also some formulas that we have to build ourselves. Okay, so first person, we're going to do fly fisher person number 0, the minimalist. This is the person that brings only what they need out with them when they go. So this person is going to go into Jeff's shop and buy 3 caddis flies, 1 spool of nylon tippet, and 1 leader. Okay, so in order to do that, we just have to figure out in these cells which cells represent things he's going to buy. So for example, he's not buying any Candyman flies, so I'm just going to leave that cell blank. If you leave a cell blank in sheets, it treats it as a 0. He wants to buy caddis, yes, and he wants to buy 3 of them. We're going to make sheets do the math for us. So we're going to go equals 3 times, and then we're going to click on that 275. And when you do that, it's going to tell you that he is going to spend $8.25 on those 3 flies. You're beginning to see now why I tied them myself. So $8.25 for those 3 caddis. He's also going to buy a spool of nylon tippet. So I'm going to come over here and just I can either type equals 1 times that, which will be $9.95, or I can just do equals that. You don't have to put the 1 times, because 1 times doesn't change it at all. And a leader, he's also going to buy a leader, so I'm just going to do the equals that. So we have now, those are all the individual subtotals of the things he's going to buy. Over here in cell L5, I'm going to put in the actual totals of all of these things. So what we're going to do is the sum command, equals SUM, left parentheses, and then I, dear friends, am going to grab the entire row. I know there's only stuff in 3 cells, but the blank cells sheets will treat as zeros, so it's not wrong to include them all. And what this tells us, dear friends, is this Fisher person is going to spend $23.45. And you know what bugs me? I forgot to hit the dollar sign. Now, I feel better now. So Fisher person number 0, the minimalist, is going to spend $23.45, 2345, that's kind of fun, at Jeff's shop. Your job now, do the rest of the Fisher people. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.